Good afternoon. I am Xander Kelly, and this is Mediaplex Live at 1. Fiat Chrysler Automobiles Canada announced Thursday that they are ending the third shift at the Windsor Assembly Plant by September. This will affect more than 1,500 Windsor Assembly Plant workers, not counting several companies that supply Chrysler directly. The Chrysler Assembly Plant started producing the minivan line in 1983, which led to them adding a third shift in 1993, according to a statement made by Unifor Local 444 President Dave Cassidy Thursday night.
I'm devastated by the announcement. I mean, it's terrible. I mean, I feel for the families, of the new hires. We have about 1,500 new hires over the last couple of years. And, my heart is with the new hires, and we're going to do everything to mitigate this announcement yesterday. So we are going to meet with Chrysler Corporation, FCA, as soon as possible, and we are going to do everything to mitigate the letter that I received yesterday on the elimination of the third shift.
Our roving reporter, Amos Johnson, visited the grounds of the Chrysler plant this morning. He joins us in the studio.
Well, it was business as usual at the plant this morning. We weren't able to speak with anyone from Chrysler management, but these job losses will definitely affect the community, both in terms of direct plant jobs and indirect. Company spokeswoman Luann Gosselin said that the move to cut jobs will better align production with global demand. She added that retirement packages will be offered to eligible employees and that Chrysler would work to find positions for others. The demand for minivans has always been high in the United States, which is the plant's biggest market. But sales dropped in the last year by 0.3% to just under 500,000 units. The plant, which employs about 6,000 workers, produces about 1,500 minivans a day.
Thanks, Amos. Helping to bridge the unemployment gap is this week's announcement of 2,500 new jobs in Windsor. Workforce Windsor Essex, along with the Detroit-Windsor Bridge Authority and Bridging North America, estimate that approximately 2,500 jobs will be created over the next 5 years for the Gordie Howe International Bridge. Carlos Maddie reports.
The Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority and Bridging North America held a public information meeting last Tuesday discussing new jobs and opportunities and how to apply for them. Representatives from Workforce Windsor Essex were also at the meeting to present their job guide showing the many different opportunities required during the construction phase, operation phase, and maintenance phase. Justin Faulkner, the Senior Director at Workforce Windsor Essex, said the jobs guide will help inform the community of upcoming employment opportunities for the next 36 years.
Huge workforce from both sides of the Detroit River. And I think what we're doing today with the guide is really trying to make it clear to the community that there are a wide variety of jobs expected to be coming from this historic infrastructure project.
The presentation also shared information on the project as a whole, how one can apply, and how the bridge will be beneficial for the community. In addition to the 2,500 jobs being offered, 1,091 spin-off jobs such as retail and food services will also be created on both sides of the border. Stephanie Campo, a representative of Windsor-Detroit Bridge Authority, said the most important topic of interest at the meeting was the community benefits.
We have about 70 people working at our headquarters in Windsor. We provide services on both sides of the border. So, for example, this meeting that we're holding here today in Windsor, we will be holding a similar meeting tomorrow in Detroit.
The bridge is expected to be finished by fall 2024 with a cable-stayed design and 6 lanes, plus a bike lane and pedestrian lane. The Gordie Howe Bridge will also be the longest cable-stayed bridge in North America. For Mediaplex News, I'm Carlos Maddie.
We Day is about inspiring and making change. At the St. Clair Center for the Arts yesterday, more than 1,000 local elementary students learned about this movement, which was started more than 20 years ago by the Kielberger brothers. Glenn Fu tells us how We Day works to make the world a better place.
This night is cold in the kingdom.
We Day helps motivate and celebrate students to take action and make a change. Anthony McLean, Daniel Chevalier, Daniel Campbell McLeod, and Carson Room are all individuals who are being empowered by We Day. They shared their success with the students. Windsor Essex Catholic School teacher Lauren Kellerman thinks this event is also an opportunity to inspire local teenagers to stand up to being a better version of themselves.
So today we have speakers who are empowering them to stand up and be who they believe they truly are. We have people who are hopefully going to challenge them to think about global crises like the water and education for all. So it's just a variety of singers and performers who are looking to inspire them to just be the best version of themselves, in all honesty.
More than 1,200 local elementary school children were selected by their school and teachers to attend the conference.
I think one of the nice things is that some of the students who are actually on stage today were in our audience as participants in the last 6 years. So it's one of those things that's inspiring people to go out, make a difference, and then we can have the opportunity to celebrate them on our We Day stage.
They heard speakers to talk about personal empowerment that leads to taking action and giving back to various charities.
And I won 3 gold medals and broke 3 world records at that Olympics.
I'm Glenn Fu for Mediaplex News.
This month is Trans Visibility Month, and the Windsor-Essex Transgender and Allied Support Center is holding a fundraiser tonight called Voices of Visibility. Jim Murphy sat down with Jace Carver, Executive Director of the center, to talk about it.
I understand you have an event coming up. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, March is Trans Visibility Month. Really, March 31st is Trans Visibility Day. But what we know is that one day is not enough to bring a voice to the needs of the trans community and to erase the layers of oppression that are currently happening still in cisnormative society and oppression towards trans-identified people. So we've kind of been on this journey this month of adopting an idea of Trans Visibility Month, and we've been bringing information to our clients and to the greater community through what we call We Trans Support Live. Have you seen our We Trans Support Live videos?
I have, yeah.
So really what we've been doing is we've been doing live videos with people who have been empowered by their journey of gender exploration and just making that a normal narrative for cisnormative society to see. And it all will wrap up on March 29th at the Foglar with our Trans Visibility fundraiser. We are a nonprofit organization, no level of government funding. So most of the way that we provide services to our clients and make sure that those services are free is through partnerships with other organizations, selling our consulting services and our training programs, but also by having fundraisers like this. And the importance of having of not just the fundraiser, but the day, is that we'll have amazing guest speakers locally, and a human rights lawyer who's trans-identified, Nicole Nussbaum from London, who will come and talk about living as empowered trans people, being empowered by our differences, and showing the true capacity and capability of the trans community.
Awesome. Sounds like fun.
So it is this Friday. Doors open at 6. It's at the Foglar. Tickets are $30, and they can be purchased on Eventbrite. But also, you can just stop by the center at 111 Wyandotte Street West and purchase a ticket, or they are available at the door tomorrow night.
Awesome. Thank you, Jace.
Thank you.
For Mediaplex News, I'm Jim Murphy.
You don't have to travel to Egypt to see ancient artifacts. The Chimchuk Museum is hosting an Egyptian display until May 26th, and Barry Hazelhurst tells us more.
A piece of Egypt is in Windsor at the Chimchuk Museum until May 26th. The exhibit is called The Gift of the Nile, a traveling exhibit on loan from the Royal Ontario Museum. The birthplace of this remarkable civilization from 5,000 years ago is the Nile River Valley, starting as a simple farming area. The Nile River Valley turned into one of the most advanced civilizations from antiquity. On display at the exhibit are items that introduce visitors to the beginnings of the Nile River Valley, as well as many important components of daily life for its inhabitants. A large adorned sarcophagus is the centerpiece of the exhibit, with adornments which were worn by ancient Egyptians. Other pieces at the exhibit include makeup and perfume, family life documents, and religious articles. Tours of the exhibit can be booked for students, and the general public can view the exhibit during the week. The tour concludes on May 26th and is open from Tuesday until Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., Sundays, 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. The Gift of the Nile will be here at the Chimchuk Museum until May 26th. It's open from Tuesdays until Saturdays, 10 a.m. till 5 p.m., and Sundays, 11 a.m. till 5 p.m. For Mediaplex News, I'm Barry Hazelhurst.
Earth Hour happens this Saturday night from 8:30 to 9:30 p.m. Every year, millions of people around the world switch off their lights for 1 hour to signify their support to save the planet. This year's focus is attention to wildlife loss in Canada and around the world. According to the World Wildlife Fund for Nature, it is believed that globally, we're on the track to lose 67% of wildlife populations by 2020. On to the weather. Today is a high of 7 with chance of scattered showers throughout the day. This weekend, the temperature will be about the same and rain will continue till Sunday, till it drops till 3 degrees. Next week, you can look forward to some warmer temperatures beginning Monday. The temperature will rise until Tuesday, high of 14, and a chance of showers. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Xander Kelly. We'll see you back next week with Mediaplex, live at 1.